I remember the time when I ain't had shit. It was a time I was down bad on my ass, bitch. Now you see me stunned with this cash, bitch. Getting money. When I was younger, I ain't have it. This a true story, true story.
Stop! Happy 4th of July. Though, hopefully, I highly doubt this is going to be uploaded on 4th of July. There is something outside that you don't know about my ass.
Sometimes you never truly know what is out there until you've seen your nightmares come to life.
What you talking about?
I was about 21 years old the day I realized its true meaning.
Right.
At the time, I worked in a warehouse for minimum wage.
Right.
There was this dark corner in the very back of the warehouse, which every employee knew about. It was an unnaturally cold place with stale air. I felt like it was alive, watching closely over your shoulder. Despite having an old factory light hanging directly over the shelves, it was never a bright place. My job was to stand and scan all of the items on the shelf, along with pick lists, which were printed lists with items.
In that dark, creepy, very sus part of the building, you got all of that. Why I gotta do this part? Why can't Michael do it? Why can't Ashley do it? Why can't Samantha do it? What about Jacob? What about James? All these cluck ass people, they can't do it? Why I gotta do it? Because I'm new? No, nigga. That's not how we rolling. That's not how we rocking. That's not how we rolling. I said it weird, but let me just stay towards the front. You know what I mean? Like from the front of the building where it's much more light. Than it is in the back. It's dark as fuck back here.
The models would wear these items and then I would put them back where they belonged. It was a Wednesday and my team leader handed me a pick list of items for the models to wear. It was my job to get them to the studio for fitting as soon as possible.
Man.
A hat, check. Some shoes, check. And then the third item, sweater. When I arrived at the dark corner, there was a woman standing near one of the shelves. I could hear her breath shaking as she was hunched over it, scanning each item as quickly as she could. Occasionally, I would hear her say the F word as she scanned the many items, trying to find the one she was looking for. I looked at my pick list and searched for the shelf number. At every step, my body would come closer and closer to the very corner of the warehouse.
God damn.
I could feel something staring at me. It felt like they were a foot behind me.
Oh my God.
I looked at the shelf and took another few steps towards it. The deep beating in my chest grew and the urge to look behind me became the only thought in my head. I finally looked. There, behind the woman, was a manly figure with long arms coming out of his back. The arms dripped with black smoke.
Why do people have their, like, in situations like this, right? Why do people have their urge and the first thing that pops into their head, one of the first things, is to look behind them, or freeze, or stop dead in their tracks, or to yell out something stupid? Why not just haul ass? Why not just shut the hell up? Why not just get the hell out of there? Like, what are you doing? Next time, next time you go to Costco, go ahead and get you some of these. I mean, the smell, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? But it's some bomb-ass chips.
Beating inside of my chest grew louder and louder until I could even hear it. She didn't even notice. She didn't even see it, but I could see her arms shaking. The figure wrapped his arms around her and pushed her body into his, as though his chest could feel hunger. I didn't know what to do.
Haul ass.
It's not like she could see it. How am I supposed to tell her to run if she can't even see him? Frozen.
That's not your problem. That's not like a personal problem between her and that big ass mother clucking. That's not your... Why does my hair look so weird? Hold on. Sorry. That's not your problem. Nah. If I was you, I probably would have never even stepped foot in that part of the hallway, of that part of the building. They could have wrote me up. They could have fired me. They could have got somebody else, anybody else to do it. But nah, y'all want to choose me. Y'all want to choose me and then put me with a cluck person.
Stood there watching this thing wrap himself around my coworker.
God damn.
Then he saw me.
See?
He saw me looking right at him and noticed I could see him too. I looked down quickly at my pick list, hoping he would believe I didn't see him.
Nigga, run!
If I just finish this thing, I can go. The number for the shelf was JH243, which was the last shelf at the end.
Cluck that list.
I was about 5 feet away from JH243 when I lifted my gaze up from the ground. Long, slender fingers slowly crept over the corner of the shelf. The corner grew shadows darker than anything I could have ever imagined. Following the fingers was an inhuman head, ever so slowly creeping itself around the shelf. I had to do this. I had to get the item as fast as I could so I could leave.
No, you couldn't.
Acting as though I didn't see him, my gaze locked on the shelf, and I grabbed the sweater I needed. One scan. It didn't work.
Wow.
I scanned again, and it didn't work.
Cluck it!
A black shadow encompassed me. I could see the top of his head, but his eyes didn't come second. He didn't have a face. It was just a pit. As fast as I could, I grabbed the item the woman was looking for and hurried her away. After that terrible incident, a few weeks later, I hosted a birthday party at my house. My guests kept saying they heard whispering and ended up fighting each other during a cookout. I brushed it off as people playing jokes until I was alone and doing the dishes another day, and I heard this constant whispering like someone was right in my ear. I was so scared and thought my boyfriend was playing a joke to scare me, but he was at work, and my sister was also at work. I hung up the phone and then went into the kitchen and all the drawers were open. Later that day, I was cooking in the kitchen and my sister made a joke about the house being haunted. While she was talking, a cross fell off the wall all of a sudden.
Out of all things?
I placed it back on the wall and she made a joke again about it being a demon.
Boy, just shut up.
Then the cross came off again. And I told her not to worry about it because maybe the nail wasn't right and left.
Stop playing with her and cluck her up and the sister. Like, cause you just playing games now and I'm starting to get pissed because it's like you're playing, it's like you are playing games with this spirit. And your sister can go cluck herself, like dead ass. Excuse me. Why would you joke around? Why would you joke? Excuse me. Sorry. I'm trying to word it correctly. Why would you joke around something like this? Like, you see I'm scared, shitless. You see I'm shitting bricks. You see it. You see my shit is in the form of bricks. So why the hell would you be joking around with me about this? Next thing she gonna say is, it'd be funny we get clucked up and almost die.
It off. I placed the cross on a bookshelf nearby with its back on the surface. She was quiet after that until she made another joke to lighten the mood. The cross on the bookshelf, which was across from her, flew off horizontally. Weeks went on, I began seeing this shadow in the morning.
Man.
I ignored it because no way was that real. It was just my imagination. I didn't know where else to go. So I went to the church for help, telling them everything I was experiencing.
They not gonna help
They
you.
said they couldn't help me.
What I'm saying.
I tried sitting in the church, and all I heard was hissing. Literally, snakes hissing. Like it didn't want me to listen. Not only that, but I went from a positive, happy person to a grim, hateful, resentful.
Possessed!
Merely wishing something happened to people was dangerous. My dad has been convinced to this day that I was possessed by a demon because of how much my personality changed. After that, I stopped accepting any guests. I started throwing up everything I ate and couldn't keep anything down until I was hospitalized for starvation. I just remember the day I felt so weak and called 911. I was scared. I felt like I wasn't going to be here for much longer. Then, all of a sudden, there was a light that told me it was okay. I never knew what it was.
It was God himself.
After that, everything was gone. I was there for 3 weeks with mental evaluations.
3 weeks?
And they said nothing was actually wrong with my mental health.
Yes, the hell it
I
was.
don't know what is out there, but that experience scared me. And this is what made me realize that something is out there.
Yeah, no shit. There's a lot of things out there. A lot. Like, the actual number of things that's out there is stupid. And that nurse or doctor or whatever straight up lied to her. Lied to her right in her face because it was everything was wrong with her. Physically, there's something wrong with her. Mentally, spiritually, was nothing. All that, everything was wrong. Like everything was wrong with her. And it could have been all avoided. All of this could have been avoided if you just mind your own business or noticed the red flags in the beginning. Right. And did something about it, like but you didn't. You didn't. I guess what? A job is more important than your life. You know how many times I was thinking in my head and I actually said it was like, I don't think I actually said it, but like, clock that job. Clock it. Clock that little notepad. Clock everything about this job. Like, is a job really worth your life? It's not. I just want to let you know that. You could have you can get another job. You can't get another life. I don't know why you were. A job is a job. Like, jobs come and go. Like, Jesus. Your life doesn't come and go. Like, yes, it does. I'm just like, well, your life, nah. Like, you only live one life. No. I seen this quote on Instagram. It was like, somebody said something, and then somebody else said, it's like we live every day. I forgot the quote, but sometimes we live every day. Or we die once, but live, I don't know, something like that. Lost my train of thought. But no, This whole story was clucked. This whole story was clucked. Like, if I was you, sweetheart, I would have said, cluck this job, and then I would have got me another job. That's preferably well lit. Not well lit. Lit as fuck. But nah. You want to play games with this mother clucker. You wanted to save your co-worker, whatever that's about. Don't know how to, you know what I mean? Never did that shit before. You pissed me off in this video. You deserve to get clucked and or die. Do or die. Just saying. You, man, clucked everything about you in this whole story. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family.